So I've got everything that I was looking for. I have a basic solution, I have a solid that has precipitated, I've got my stir bar continuing to spin, and I have this solid, this insoluble product of copper hydroxide. Now what I want to do after this is generate another copper containing compound. And really what we're trying to see is that copper can form different compounds with different substances, or different compounds based on, or it can have different appearances based on the compounds that it forms. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my hot plate to also heat. Now, what's very important is that you keep the stirrer going. Now for the heater, I'm going to adjust it to that 12 o'clock position, and I'm not necessarily going to be stuck at that or limit myself there, but what is very unsafe is to throw it all the way to the max speed and just let it go. What's very important when you're heating something is that you're keeping an eye on it, you're observing it, and seeing anything change about it, because what's going to happen to this is this solution will begin to boil. Now, what I'd like to draw your attention to is basically the side appearance of it, because that's what we want to see. We want to see what happens to this copper hydroxide as it gets heated. So we've got it stirring, we want to keep it stirring, and you know what? If you want to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my stirrer up a little bit, because I want to make sure that solution is definitely mixing up very thoroughly. And I'll actually drop the side view down a little bit more, and you can see that copper container, or that copper solid, is definitely mixing up. I'll adjust my stirrer a little bit more. I don't want to try to push it to the limit or anything like that. I want to make sure that this solid is mixing. Now, I'm kind of at the limit, but what I want to draw your attention to is as you look at this, it's kind of dark down there. And you can see that copper containing solid, maybe there's little black speckles of it. And look, it's kind of popping up there, continuing to stir. You want to see that. And you know, I'm kind of on a fine line between adjusting my stirrer hotter and not too hot sort of thing. Okay. What you do not want whenever you're heating something is for something to basically stay at the bottom and not move, because then it just creates these little pockets of heat, and then those pop, and that can be dangerous. As you can see though, I'm going to turn this gently. There at the bottom, these dark powders, or these dark solids, are forming. We're going to continue watching this. And as long as this is stirring, then that's a good thing, and this reaction is going to take place. Oh, you can kind of see I'm going a little too fast because my stir bar has gone a little bit haywire, and it's just spinning around too much. But it's still kind of controlled chaos there, I guess. One thing that's important is as you look at your temperature on your hot plate, you know, it will continue blinking until it reaches the desired temperature. Mine continues to blink. I can see that my solution's getting hotter because I've got condensation on the interior of my beaker there. But this does not really require an extremely dramatic level of heat or anything like that.